Okay, I am Johnathan Gordon. I've been a professor at Case Western Reserve University School of Law for about 30 years, and I am presently the Associate Director of the International LLM Lawyering Skills Program. We have a large number of international students from all over the world coming to the law school to pursue master's degrees and SJD degrees, which are doctorates of juridical science. And I have taught those international students primarily in the last half dozen years, but I've also taught American JD students for 20-some years before that, and involved in various activities at the law school and in the university community. The impetus for my involvement in the Be the Change venture goes back to about a half dozen years ago, becoming involved with Dr. Faye Gary's program that she started with Provost Bud Baselick called the Provost Scholars, which was a collaboration between the university and the East Cleveland School District to work with young people from East Cleveland to give them guidance as mentors and establishing these mentoring relationships and tutoring relationships as these students would come to the university. And I had the good fortune of being connected with a young man who had an interest in law. His hero was Thurgood Marshall, and that young man, Anthony Price, was my mentee for his high school years. And we have maintained our connection and our friendship, and he has gone on to become the executive director of Be the Change venture. So it was no coincidence that I would be involved as a member of the advisory committee. I can also add that Anthony was an inspiration in that sense, because I watched him mature as a young man and knew of his interest and his commitment to making a difference in his community at the local level, at the city level, and even a broader national and indeed international level with his involvement in various activities. And I think for people to learn how to interact with others in a healthy way, in a productive way, and to have a sense of self-esteem and pride and opportunity and hope. I think those are all the reasons that this Be the Change venture is a really positive force in our community, because they're promoting those skills that will, we hope, as an educator, I hope will create the intellectual curiosity to establish lifelong learners who will always be interested in interacting in a meaningful way with their community and being part of the change. Well, I think young people take all sorts of classes in high school and college, and the focus here is, I think, a more practical, fundamental one of the kinds of interactive skills like networking, whether it's preparing resumes or sending follow-up messages, learning how to conduct a job interview, how to network, which will enhance their opportunities throughout their lives. And I think for many young people today, especially in the inner cities, those opportunities are sometimes limited, are often limited, and they may not get the same kind of resources and opportunities that will give them the chances to develop those kinds of skills. So an organization like this focuses on those life skills to, in a sense, bridge the gap that may exist and open up further opportunities for so many more young people to succeed. First of all, I think relationships with other people just makes life meaningful. It's just an essential truth, I believe. But I think in terms of enriching our lives and our community and promoting diversity in the workplace, in our communities, in our schools, interacting with all kinds of people, it needs to be promoted. And this organization is dedicated and devoted to giving young people those opportunities to have meaningful relationships, and that could be with other people their own age, family members, people they know through the workforce, educators, whether it's high school or college or graduate school. All of those relationships branch out into further relationships and more opportunities, and we need to increase those opportunities so that more people can have the chance to be successful and meaningful contributors to our society.